Welcome to this project to turn this Hornby stone PGA wagon into a Salt PGA wagon. Sometimes it's easier to take an existing product and to change it rather than to start from scratch, and that's what we're going to do on this occasion. So we're going to take this wagon and we're going to cut and shut it, we're going to extend it, stretch it, we're going to change quite a lot of the detail and improve it and really make something very special out of it. So let's get started. So here we have the body shell and we've taken all the parts off, we've stripped the paint away, we're all ready to do our cut and shut, and we need to get rid of that central hopper partition. So if we take another body, we can chop this into 3 parts and we can remove that centre element, and there's about 10mm of material we're removing there. What we need to do now is take another body, chop this up into 5 sections, and we can get rid of either end, we don't need those, and take away the centre section again, and this leaves us with 2 portions that we can insert into 2 other wagons, and this will extend the wagon by the 8mm we need to make it prototypical. So here we have the finished wagon with a new piece grafted in, and if we compare the two, you can see that it's longer by about 8mm, and we've also removed that central hopper divider. So now what we need to do, we need to get the chassis and we need to lengthen that too to match our body. So here's the chassis, and we've stripped the paint and we've taken all the parts off again, and what we're going to do now, we're going to chop it into 3 sections so that we can splice portions of another chassis into there. So what I recommend you do is to fit it to each individual body, because you'll find there'll be a slight variance in the length when you've done your cut and shut. So take a second chassis and cut a small piece out, about 4mm in length, and splice that in to the other chassis to fill in the gaps we've got there. So here's one glued together. You can see the chassis has been extended and it matches the body perfectly, so there won't be any running problems when we come to put the wheels back in. So if you've got several wagons, fit each chassis to the body. So now we take our body and we need to add the ribs along the outside, and these are made from 1.2mm plastrut. You need to mark these positions carefully before you put them on, and you notice there's also 3 pieces on the end. What we can now do is add the top ribs as well. The first thing to notice is there's a different number of these. There's only 4 going across the top, so it would be easy to miss that one. And you can see we've added new end pieces on as well. So glue those all in place. You won't normally see those because we're going to make some hoods to cover them up. So here's our completed wagon. Let's have a look around it. So you'll note that we've put new buffers on the end from Dark Castings, and we've upgraded the end platforms as well. We've moved the handrails around. We've added some brake pipes. We've cleaned away some of the material from the discharge mechanism. We've added all the ribbing along the sides and along the top, and we've added brake pipes along the side, and we've got replacement wheels as well. So the wagon needs finishing off. We need to make some hoods, we need to paint it and put the transfers on to finish it off, and it's going to look really spectacular when that's done.